Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of the Professor's Picks, and alongside the Professor himself, Mr. Ken Golden. What's going on, Mister
How are
Got
you?
Prague? Got Prague?
I asked the question. Got Prague?
Of course
So
you do.
yeah, of course I
The answer
do.
is yes, right? Got
Yeah,
Prague, got metal, got fusion, got all of it. You need all
we got
three.
it all. We got it all. Like I always say that this is like a snapshot. And when we did it last week, about an hour after we recorded, UPS showed up, FedEx showed up, and all kinds of things. We didn't get to talk about. We get to talk about now.
There you go. See,
Yeah.
worked out well.
So and it's funny because Monday Jim and I were thinking I don't have that much this week, and then all of a sudden, look at the website, I'm like, I got a lot of stuff. So
See how quickly that changed? That's right.
it changes. Yeah, it changes. It's good. So you ready to get to it?
Yep, go for it.
All right. Again, I'm going alphabetically. We're going to start with the pre-orders again. There are two titles up for pre-order at the moment. There's going to be a new solo album from Trevor Rabin called
Yeah, I heard that.
Rio. It's coming out on Inside Out. There are, believe it or not, there are 5 versions of this. There's a regular CD in a jewel box. There's going to be a CD, Blu-ray, 2-disc media book. We're going to have a 2 LP sea blue vinyl, a 2 LP sun yellow vinyl. I know that gets you all excited, everybody, right? And then there's going to be a 2 LP red vinyl Blu-ray deluxe. And when you guys see the pricing on these, don't shoot the messenger. I don't know why, but these are priced higher than normal Inside Out releases. So there's that.
So I have to ask, just because it's Inside Out. So he's talked a lot about how this is his first vocal album in quite some time. Is he going to do is there going to be like a bonus disc on one of these versions where there's no vocals and it's all instrumental? Inside Out loves to do that.
I could look it up. I'd have to go search it out.
I'm kind of joking because I figured not, because he's really stressing that this is going to be a vocal album, but I just know Inside Out loves to do that sort of thing. So
yeah, he made an album called, was it Jacarada?
Yeah,
that was a really good album.
Oh yeah.
It's just that guy doesn't get. I don't think he really gets enough respect. He's very talented, composer, and my only issue I ever had with Trevor Rabin is when I saw him live and he was playing the Steve Howe parts. I didn't dig that.
They're very different. Yeah, they're very. He's a great guitar player, but they're extremely different.
It's like Daryl Sturmer playing Steve Hackett's parts. It's the same kind of a thing. It just doesn't fit. But Trevor Rabin, man, the guy's super talent.
Oh
yeah. So the next thing that we're doing pre-order is from new solo album from Bruce Sword called Luminescence from Pineapple Thief. There's going to be a CD and a vinyl. And about a minute before we started recording, somebody said, Ken, are you planning on stocking the Bruce Sword box set 2 CD DVD? So my answer is, if such a thing exists, yes. So I'll get the information from Snapper, from Kscope, and once I have that, I'll put it up on the site. As we're recording it, I don't have the information on it, but it's coming. All right, that's it for the pre-orders. New arrivals. The long-threatened Aurora Clara Dreams is finally here. You got yours, right?
Yep.
Okay. A little different, but quality fusion, right? From Puerto Rico, prog-metal band, Avandra, called Prodigal. Very good band, actually. So, you wouldn't expect prog-metal from Puerto Rico. Now, this is an unusual one. This is a new band. It's actually a studio project put together by Ron Lammers. And Ron has a label called Symphonia, Dutch keyboard player, writer, I believe. And he has the label. He was involved. His label released the Plaque Band years ago. And the interesting twist on this, the name of the band is The Foundation, and the name of the album is Mask. Comes in a nice media book. And the twist on it is that it features 3 of the old members of Night Area. So if you like Night Area, you're going to dig this album. It's got Mark Smits, who was the original vocalist, Gijs Koopman, the bass player, who got to ride in my car when I was tripping on space cakes. He plays a Rickenbacker, and Rini Huygen, I just killed his name. And Rini was the guitar player. If you saw them at Nearfest and you avoided the shirt changes, the costume changes, Rini was one of the guitarists. I don't know if Rini ever recorded with them. I don't remember. But it's got, it's not exactly like Night Area. It's got a lot of similarities. Dutch like to do that symphonic prog sound, called Sympho. You had bands like Kayak and, Earth and Fire, stuff like that. So it's kind of along those lines. Next thing I have, this is an album that I never heard of these guys, and it came out a few years ago, but I picked up on it from Stickman, and I think it's fantastic. Called Kings of the Valley.
Yeah, it's quite good.
Yeah. This came out, like 2-3 years ago, and I figured it's worth bringing in. If nobody knows what it is, it's just as well be a new release. And if you like that retro prog sound, these guys do it. Reminded me, vocally at least, reminded me a little bit of Beardfish. So I thought it was quite a good album. Here's one. I don't know what the story is. A mess. Matteo Mancuso that you reviewed, The Journey, incredible guitar player, but Mascot seems to be having issues. Either the demand is phenomenal and they can't manufacture enough, or they're just not shipping enough over to the US. So we only have a few left, and when you see this, it may be gone. But I figured I got a few right now. I'm going to show it to you.
Yeah, I would say if you don't have it, get it. It's quite good.
As long as I have it, yeah. Here's one. This is part of that Norwegian series, Minbul. This Minbul, very rare Norwegian trio with Terry Ripdahl on guitar. And this was after he was in the band The Dream. They did Get Dreamy, which was like a psychedelic band. This starts out as like free jazz. I mean, it's like pretty out there. And then it just kind of comes together into this just sort of raw, aggressive jazz rock thing. And it's quite good. Original copies of the vinyl are like 4 figures, and it's been reissued a number of times, but anyway, we've got it in stock. Next one, latest from Motorpsycho. Yay. So have you heard this one, Pete?
No. I heard it was kind of like mostly acoustic, so I didn't get it.
I haven't listened to it yet. It's a band I really like.
I love their last bunch of albums.
Yeah, they're really talented guys. I heard this one is a little different. With all the stuff coming in, I haven't had a chance to listen to it. But like you said, I've heard it. It's got a lot of acoustic parts to it, shorter songs. But I've also been told it's really good. They're talented guys, so we have that in stock. Another one, German post-rock band called The Ocean. They made 2 versions of this album, which is called Holocene. There is the version with vocals, and there's this version, which is all instrumental. They're kind of a hard band to describe. I mean, some of this stuff moves a little slow, but it's very heavy. And
yeah, it's kind of like God, how do you describe The Ocean? It's kind of like heavy post-rock, sludge, progressive metal. It's like
all those things.
So what label are they on now? Because they were on like Metal Blade, I believe, for a while.
Well, this is on Pelagic. So and so for some reason, this was supposed to have been out when the vocal version came out a couple of months ago, I think it was. They never shipped this version. This just showed up.
Huh.
So
they love doing these like 2-part albums. They do this all the time. They'll release like things simultaneously.
Yeah, and it's got a nice little die cut thing here. It's kind of sexy. It's kind of cool. Next one, this will probably be your album of the year. A band from France called Rune. It's called Toza, and they are heavily influenced by Magma. So just 3 long tracks, and it kind of bludgeons you with the whole Zool Magma thing. If you're into that, it's very, very good. You're a talented band. And here's one I turned Stephen Reed onto, and he wrote a very nice review for me for the website. Dutch band, Sound of Strangers, Crossing Borders.
Yeah.
I like this a lot. Let me get it in there. I mean, to me, it had the feel of modern Marillion. When I say Marillion, I don't mean like the Fish era. It's definitely like the Hogarth era. melodic, but it's got some real intelligence about it, and I like this a lot. I thought this was good. I thought it was something that Steven would like,
Yeah, he
and
liked it. Yeah.
and I know he really liked it. So there's that. This is one that you reviewed. I carried their previous album and I didn't get much happening with it, but man, I hope something happens with this because this is really good. Temple Fang,
Oh
Live
yeah.
at Freak Valley. It's just one song and it's 47 minutes long. Oh, it's kind of in a way, I guess you call it space rock, maybe.
Space rock, heavy psych. Yeah.
Yeah, psychedelic, maybe stoner. It's pretty damn good. It's live, but if you don't like live albums, too bad. This is apparently it's a piece of music that they had been working on, and they decided that this was the version, so they decided to release it. So
yeah, they basically were working on that in the studio. It wasn't quite coming out right, and then they were going to play at that festival, and they had a whole other set planned, and they decided at the last minute, screw it, you want to just go play the new song and see how it comes out on stage, and they did, and they recorded it, and they said, all right, now we'll release this version of it. So yeah,
it's really good.
yeah, I like it quite a bit. It's for those who want a point of reference, it's kind of like Earthless, except with vocals, and it's a little mellower, not quite as ferocious, nonstop guitar soloing.
Yeah, Earthless, man. When you're done listening to an Earthless album, man, you're exhausted. I mean, this is a 46-minute piece of music, but it ebbs and flows.
Yeah,
it's got some heavy parts, some quieter parts. It's a nice ride.
Yeah, I gotta check out their previous album. I haven't heard that yet.
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, I still have that one here. So I'm sticking to the alphabet here. Another live one, Devin Townsend. He's quite, as we know, quite prolific. This one is part of the Evolution series, and this was live in America. It's got Mike Keneally on guitar, Diego, former keyboard player from Haken, playing here. I don't remember who else is in the band, but if you're a Devin Townsend fan, we got a lot of them that buy from us. There's that. Next one. I'm pronouncing this thing Wait. Assemblage. Two of the members from Elder, and I thought very different than Elder. So this was a little more psychedelic, sort of definitely mellower. Have you listened to this one yet?
No, the label said they were sending me a copy. I haven't gotten it yet.
Yeah, I mean, you could.
I've heard good things. So.
You know what? It's good, but if you're expecting like an Elder album, it's not an Elder album, but it's quite good. Something from the Gray Area. Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention, live from Buffalo, 1974. So you got that one right.
Mm-hmm.
That's it for new stuff. I'm going to mention some restocks, and it's probably going to be the last time I'm going to mention these because the only reason I'm mentioning them is because I've had a lot of people asking about them. Gray Area one, Fish, Wisconsin, 1997. I had a lot of people saying, I was at that show. When are you getting it back? I got it back. Not too many left again. Jump on that. One you just reviewed, which, as I said, is probably going to be my archival live album of the year, the Moose Loose live album. And this is a real burner, I think. I love this record. So they made two great studio albums. This is, I think, even better. So you're like an early jazz rock fan. You like Tony Williams' Lifetime, that kind of thing. It's just you have Bjorn-Joe Blix, who was the keyboard player for Terry Ripdahl's Odyssey band. Great player. He also was in Vanessa. I didn't realize he was in Vanessa.
Yeah.
And John Eberson on guitar. Really hot stuff. I think I can't tell you how many copies of this we've gone through. People keep asking for it. We'll keep selling it as long as we can get it. Pink Floyd, Say Goodbye to Hollywood. But I'm not going to mention it again. This is the last time. And, well, I keep, I think I've sold out of it like 4 times.
Wow.
Every time I order it, I order more than previous time. It doesn't matter.
That's that good. That's what people still want it.
Yeah. Yep. Roger Waters, Live on the Air. It's a 6 CD set, and it's all recordings. It's weird because the bio says it's from like 2002 to 2008, but there's stuff supposedly on here from 1984, 1985. I can't tell you precisely what's there. So spend your money, you'll find out. Next thing, vinyl. Ugh. We got Fates Warning disconnected on Beer and Black Melt vinyl. We had the CD, and the CD's gone. We have it on order, so if you which I guess it was remastered. This has 2 demo tracks and a cover of the Churches Under the Milky Way, 2-album reissue. The aforementioned Kings of the Valley, we got vinyl copies. Motorcycle, as mentioned. We have Devin Townsend. We have the Empath Live in America. This is transparent sun yellow vinyl. We don't have the black vinyl yet. It's delayed. This is
Parent sun yellow.
the names they come up with. Some of this stuff is crazy. Here's one. UPF, United Progressive Fraternity, Planetary Overload Part 2, Hope. It's a triple album. I believe every album on collective. It's guys from Unitopia, Mark Truax, the singer, Steve Unruh, but it's got a lot of guests. Got Ben Craven on it, the Australian multi-instrumentalist, Nick Magnus, keyboard player, Rachel Flowers, Ryo Okamoto's on here. Rachel, I mentioned Rachel Flowers. We've got Steve Hackett, Michelle St. Pierre from Mysteries on here, Don Schiff, the stick player, Jonas Reingold from Flower Kings, Tommy Murray from Siberium. I mean, this thing is just crazy. Jerry Murata, Hasse Froberg. There's just tons and tons of people on this triple album. Yeah, symphonic prog, neo-prog. And then again, assemblage on vinyl. So yeah, so a lot more than I thought we were going to have.
The big haul, yeah,
it's pretty good. So get out your checkbooks, clear out the credit card and get to work.
You know where to go, everybody. lasercd.com, right?
Right.
We'll also have this entire list pinned down in the comments section. I'll get that up there immediately, so you guys can kind of copy and paste and go shopping. And we look forward to more new releases next Friday on release day, right, Ken?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
I'll cook up something.
Sounds good. So thanks for watching, everybody. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube all together all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell to get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button. And once again, down below will be the link directly to lasercd.com and the list of everything talked about today. So you can go pick it up with Ken, or if you're in a different part of the world and you got other places that you want to order, please do support the artist. That's the main goal here. So thanks for watching, everybody. For Ken Golden, I'm Pete Pardo. See you next week with more picks from the professor. For Ken Golden, I'm Pete Pardo. Enjoy your weekend.
Take care.